Hey guys, I want to show you something. Check this out. Yep, we have most recent information and data from the IIHS Insurance Institute for Highway Safety on the all-new 2022 and 2023 Rivian R1T all-electric truck. They've crash tested it. They gave it, put it through a battery of tests. They checked everything, and they gave it their highest possible rating, which is Top Safety Pick Plus for 2022, which also applies to some 2023 models, as you can see here. So in this video, what I really want to do is show you exactly the type of safety requirements and all the tests that they put it through, and also compare it against full-size trucks, most of them, the F-150, the Silverado, the Ram, the Tundra, the Nissan, and also Toyota Tacoma, because Tacoma is the best-selling midsize truck. So let's go over this really quickly. So if we take a look at the Rivian, and for every year, IIHS makes the testing more and more challenging and more difficult. But what makes the electric pickup truck safety more difficult is because it's heavier than a traditional internal combustion vehicle. So the weight on the Rivian they tested was just over 7,000 pounds. Yet it passes all of the small overlap testing, including the moderate overlap, the small overlap, driver's side and passenger side, which is super difficult to do. The headlights, this is usually difficult for trucks to actually meet, has a good rating. The crash prevention systems are actually good rating as well. And you could move on and on. And take a look at this. This is the driver footwell. And this is one of the areas they focus on. It's leg injury and also, of course, head injury. You could see the airbags went off. The knee airbag went off right here. And this space was mostly uninsured after the accident, which is really important. And the same thing can happen on the passenger side as well. Here's another video. Let's listen. This is a different truck and it's a different test. This is kind of a mid, they call it moderate overlap test for front crash. And of course, once again, all the airbags deployed, and they'll show it from a different angle. See, almost about half of the vehicle hits the barrier. And they tried to actually replicate real world scenarios. For example, a 2-lane highway where a crash like this may actually occur in the real world. And they want to see exactly how the vehicle responds and behaves. And also roof strength tests. So if it rolls over, you see this, the curb weight of the truck is over 7,000 pounds, and it can withstand about 4.45 times its weight when the structure can withstand without too much deflection. So the roof strength is really important. Head restraints and child restraints. So this is a tough rating. After all these tests, it's super hard for pickup trucks to meet all this stuff. So let's take a look how it compares against an F-150. So the F-150 got a top safety pick. This is a 2023 F-150 rating, but not the plus. So how come? So where does the F-150 struggle, I guess? It doesn't struggle in the crash testing, as you could see here. Roof strength, good. Head restraints, good. Small and moderate overlap, good. Here's where it struggles. It's the headlights. And here's where I would say the Rivian has an advantage, and it's cost of the vehicle. All the Rivian trucks come in the same one configuration, crew cab with a shorter bed. All of them start, the base model Rivian starts at $73,000. And all of them have LED lights. On the other hand, the other trucks like the F-150 or Toyota Tacoma, they have different configurations with base lights and also more premium LED lights. So when you equip a truck with a premium LED projector headlamp, like the F-150, it gets a good rating on their headlight test. But when you equip it with something less than that, it gets acceptable. And the base level trim levels, like the XL and XLTs, have a poor rating for the headlights. So that's kind of one of the area where the Ford falls a little bit short. But actually, it maintains Other areas like the crash prevention is really good, but seatbelt reminders and latch system for child seats is moderate, and seatbelt reminders are poor. So not perfect, really good, but not as perfect as it could be on the F-150. The story changes for the Silverado and the Sierra. So here's the latest information we have from them. All of this data is from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, IIHS. They have their own website, they buy these vehicles to test them. So they do a lot of testing. The Silverado, the new one, this is the T1 platform that came out in 2019 and it's currently in production now. The passenger side overlap test, small overlap, got a moderate rating. Seat belts, once again, reminders poor, latch system moderate. Safety cage on one of these tests was acceptable. So let's watch one of these. So that was a driver side, and here's, note this, look at the A-pillar. You see how the A-pillar barely bends, protecting, well, it bent a little bit actually, protecting the driver's side. So that's kind of what you want to see. You don't want to see too much deflection or also intrusion into the leg space, which is decent. You see there's a little bit of intrusion right there. But something happens on the passenger side, and it got structure safety cage poor rating. Let me show you what happens on the passenger side. Oof. So look at the A-pillar here. You see how it deflects and bends? So this is what IIHS does. They continual improvement, right? They're making the tests harder, so a lot of manufacturers have to also make their vehicles tougher and safer. So this is the whole point of this. So probably in the next iteration of the GM architecture, they will probably address this area for the passenger side, that particular crash, which is a little bit more rare, but still, of course, happens in real world conditions. The Sierra is the same. I'm not going to go into detail here. The Sierra is about the same. Now Ram. So what's going on with Ram 1500? So their latest generation, of course, is built alongside their previous generation trucks. I'm going to show you only the new generation, the DT generation. They got top safety pick, no plus, once again. So Ford didn't get a plus. Silverado didn't get a top safety pick in the Sierra. Ram got safety pick, but no plus. How come? Once again, headlight. A bit of an issue with headlights. Latch, ease of use. But all the other crash tests the Ram passed, including the roof strength. Before the latest generation, they were struggling with the roof strength on some of their trucks and some of their cab building. Let me see, where is the roof strength? I clicked on it. Let's try it again. There. Now, in the current generation, the truck they tested weighed about 5,200 pounds, and it could withstand 4.2 times its weight. So remember, in the Rivian, that weighed 7,000 pounds and could withstand about 4.4 times its weight. So the manufacturers are building their trucks to withstand their own weight in a very similar fashion. So when it rolls over, it actually maintains its rigidity and safety. Now, Toyota Tundra. Check it out, bam, it has a plus. So the Tundra is the other truck other than the Rivian. There's the Rivian, here's the Tundra, with a top safety pick plus. So good job, Toyota. Good job with the latest generation Tundra, really, really strong. It has acceptable and good ratings for their headlights, and they passed every other test, including crash prevention systems and latch systems and warning systems. Let's watch one of the Tundras here. Oof, that's a big one. That's a small overlap. Once again, take a look at the A-pillar. Really strong, no deflection. Airbags go off. So that's pretty cool. And once again, the footwell is mostly intact. Now I want to show you a couple more really quick. So the Nissan Titan is still on sale, of course. Does not get top safety or top safety pick plus. One of the reasons is the passenger side. That's a really tough test to pass. And the GM trucks had a similar issue. Headlights, once again, poor. And that includes some of their higher level lights. So I'm not sure exactly how they compare. Here's the S and SV trim that were tested here on the Titan. And here are the beam patterns that they tested going straight and turning. So it just didn't pass, including their Pro 4X trims, didn't pass their glare test. You can see right there, excessive glare. So the Titan, yeah, pretty good, but it has a couple of issues like I was showing you just now. Now Tacoma, the latest Tacoma, this is not the next gen, but the current one. Once again, passenger side acceptable, side protection, updated test, only marginal result there. Headlights, also marginal, right there, M rating. And the crash prevention vehicle to pedestrian system is not at the highest rating it could be. So of course it's an older vehicle. It was released, in 2016 model year. So it's already been on sale for several years, 7+ years. So it has a little bit of an older tech. Here, let's watch this. Let's watch one of these tests. Wow, that's pretty violent. Of course, they use cables inside the floor to pull the vehicle at exactly the same speed for every test. And then they have all the instrumentation, for example, mounted in the bed of the truck. And a small overlap test is very difficult. You can see some of their computers in the back. Bam, the wheel takes the brunt of it. So yeah, that's pretty good performance. The A-pillar was mostly intact. The airbags went off. The dummy's head did not hit the A-pillar. At least that, yeah, it was pretty good result actually for this particular test. So even for mid-size trucks, you could see the safety is very important. They sell almost 250,000 Tacomas every year. So this is quite important. The Maverick, the compact truck, hasn't underwent the full battery of tests, so we don't have a rating for this yet. Just the headlights and some of the prevention systems and seatbelt reminders currently for Maverick are rated, but no crash testing. So there you have it. At least the Hummer, the new Hummer EV doesn't have a rating, and the Lightning doesn't currently have a full rating for safety from IIHS. But good job, Rivian. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this important to you? We can do a little bit more in-depth videos and maybe podcasts about this subject on pickup truck safety. I think it's quite important for all of us, with our families, our friends, and even dogs and our pets inside our trucks. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.